So as an adult, what I've actually started doing, and this is gonna sound weird, right? Is I bought like 10 tubes of Carmex. This is in no way a promotion. Lip balm,
Okay.
lip moisturizer, lip chapstick.
Right. It's a balm. Is it a chapstick or is it a balm or is that the same thing?
It's a moisturizing. This is a moisturizing lip balm.
Okay.
From Carmex Daily Care SPF 15 sunscreen.
Oh.
Hey guys, fresh cherry, water resistant for 80 minutes, so you can drink.
Just go to town. 80 minutes.
And still be
80 minutes.
You just drink all the liquid you want for 80 minutes, and you will not have chapped lips.
Yeah.
But I have bought 10 of these things because if I buy one or even the 2-pack,
Buy 10 at a time.
I have no choice now because I will lose them, or they'll be in my pants when I go to wash them, or in my pants when I go to like do something and I take them out of my pants, and like I just do that sometimes with stuff.
So do you think having 10 of them makes you not want to be more responsible for it?
But see, having 10 of them, I don't have to be more.
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly. I don't have to now, right? With more chapstick, with more moisturizing lip balm, becomes less responsibility. You know what I mean?
Yes,
they're everywhere.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right. And I like, I was telling somebody at the job this, and they're like, "Why would you do that? Why don't you just have one or two and just make sure that you have the tube available with you, or put it like on your nightstand or something?" And I go, "Well, I am my mother's child.
Mm-hmm.
My mother wears glasses,
Okay.
and more like readers, right?
Right.
And she has about 15 pairs of readers everywhere.
I mean, yeah.
She has like 2 or 3 in her car,
If you get up and go somewhere else, you want to have a pair there, right?
2 or 3 in her other car. Why my mother has multiple cars? She doesn't go nowhere, but whatever. And then all through her office, all through the house, like 4 in the kitchen. She has a lot.
All right.
Okay. Where she keeps a pair as well, always on top of her head.
Yeah.
So she'll be dipping and diving and looking for her glasses and remember that they're actually right here. So, JV, how we doing, brother?
I'm doing fantastic for this Monday. What about you?
Yeah, I agree, man. Not a bad Monday at all. Can I ask you a question?
What's up?
What's your favorite scary movie?
It wasn't the one we saw this weekend.
Wasn't the one that we saw this weekend?
No. I don't really watch. Well, we got horror movies. See, I don't think like a horror movie and a scary movie are the same thing to me. Like,
Okay.
when I think of a horror movie, I think of something that is kind of gross, but it's also kind of campy, kind of funny a little bit.
Okay.
When I think of like a scary movie is when I think of like some of the weird, creepy ones that have like kids and stuff in them that are make you like
Children of the
make
Corn.
you to not want to go outside your house.
The Omen Child.
Yeah, that's what I feel. I guess a horror would be more like a slasher.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Just very scary movie.
Yeah.
So we saw Scream.
Yes, yeah.
6 this weekend.
Yeah, not a bad movie overall. I've not really been like crazy into the Scream movies.
Yeah.
But of course I've watched the first one. I think I watched the second one, but that's about it.
Oh, so you're not. I'm thinking this time, like, you know, we get the ladies Friday night, double date, go see this movie. Like, I thought, like, you were caught up.
I tried.
Okay. Okay.
And after those first few, I couldn't watch more than 15, 20 minutes of the beginning of and then get kind of bored.
And you know what? The opening scene of each Scream movie is the most iconic part. The first one with Drew Barrymore, the second one with Jada. I don't remember who the third person was. And then, like, you know, obviously the last two, like, those are the most iconic opening of like any kind of horror franchise. Like the Scream franchise is known for their opening.
Yeah, I mean, this one was no different. The opening of this one was pretty awesome. I thought it opened very fast and got straight to the point.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I think I don't know. I like the first few I watched and I liked them, but after that, it just wasn't.
I hear you.
Anything.
I hear you. And I guess that's the difference between you and I is like, you're like, all right, I watched the first two. I'm good. I don't need to really see anything else, and I'm kind of bored of it, right? Me, like, I force myself to watch these movies.
Yeah.
That's just the person I am. I just intake, you know what I mean? Like, I literally sat down and watched all the Indiana Jones.
Right.
I'm gonna work on next, right? And I'm gonna go back and watch all the old Star Trek movies.
I tried to start because I remember I watched the third one, but I don't remember much of it. I don't know if I finished watching it. But I started the fourth one, and it just wasn't good.
That was like when that was the last Wes Craven one.
Okay.
And it was like with the younger generation. Yeah. It was just
that was where they were kind of passing it on, right?
Yeah.
Because that was like a mixed crew of old the kind of originals and the newer kind of.
And they didn't do it. I mean, it made money for a slasher film. Yeah. But it just didn't hit like it did in the first two were just fire, man.
And honestly, I didn't know there was a Scream 5 until we were going to go see Scream 6.
Oh, shit. Okay.
So that was kind of weird.
Carmen didn't either.
Yeah.
On the way there, she's like, so what happened to Scream 5? I'm like, do your homework.
I didn't know. I thought Scream 4 was the last one. And then then they started promoting for Scream 6. And I was like, all right.
So
I don't know what I missed in there.
Scream 5, 2002, or 2001. I don't know what year it was, but it was just called Scream.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's the problem there. Overall, man, I don't want to
2001?
No, 2021.
Oh, I was
sorry,
about to say,
21 or 22.
Yeah, that sounds
last
better.
year or the year before, I don't remember, but it was okay, man. So okay. You're seeing these Scream. So Scream came out in 2000. Yeah, so they back to back.
Yeah.
2022, 2023. So you're looking at this movie, Scream 6, and you don't have a connection to these girls.
Not at all. No. This is a fresh movie.
Interesting. Okay. Totally different.
Which, that I think is an interesting perspective because it's like you don't know what they went through, but you've also seen the Scream movies. So it's all based on history of the other Scream movies.
Legacy,
so you can just you just understand what's going on, the big picture.
Yes, and I will say this, and then we can move on here. Go see the movie. It's in theaters right now.
Yeah.
Go support your local theater. This is I've seen them all, and I'm very well versed in them. This is the first Scream movie where it's just like this Ghostface, as there's always multiple killers. This person's pissed off. It has a vendetta.
Yeah.
And you just don't know like how or why, and you're trying to connect the dots, right? And it's something you've never seen before. So that was kind of fresh. That was new. This person was very scary and intimidating.
Yeah, it was a little out of line for the rest of the storylines.
Exactly. Yep. Exactly. And that was really fun and fresh. So they're probably going to make Scream 7 because, trilogies.
Keep the legacy going.
Got to keep the legacy going, right? If Halloween gets 3 movies, Scream got to get 3 movies as well, right? Welcome to this week's episode of Movie in a Pod. I'm Clyde Smith.
And I'm Javier Villalobos.
On this week's episode, we are discussing episode 3 of season 3 of The Mandalorian, the trailers for Tetris and the Covenant, and our movie of the week, Shazam, Fury of the Gods.
Right.
Hey team, we got some trailers for you.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna check out Tetris and The Covenant. For reviews, live trailer reactions, YouTube page.
And the link tree in the bios.
Handle the link tree
and
the bio description. See, I always forget about all that cool stuff, man. That's why I have an amazing podcast co-host right here.
We'll get it out there.
Javier Villalobos. He runs with the Wolves.
Tetris?
Tetris.
Tetris. Tetris. Tetris.
Let's talk about Tetris.
It's the perfect
I
game.
think so.
Yeah.
Let's go.
It was the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen. I played for 5 minutes. I still see falling blocks in my dreams.
What is that saying?
It's poetry, art, and math all working in
all
magical
over the
synchronicity.
Such a good actor.
It's the perfect game. Tetris?
Tetris.
Tetris. Tetris.
Tetris. I don't get it.
It's a combination of tetra, Greek for 4, and tennis.
Tennis.
The Russian inventor, he likes tennis.
This game isn't just addictive. It stays with you. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Hank, only 10 other people in the world have seen what you're about to see. It's called the Game Boy.
Package it with Tetris.
Can you get us the rights?
The
gonna try.
Union had worldwide rights. Nothing gets out easily. I'm gonna go to Moscow.
You're walking into a country.
It still considers
go
America
around the
enemy
damn wall.
numero uno.
Okie dokie.
You sure you don't have to talk to your wife about this first?
Pioneers have to bet the house to win.
But not literally.
Listen. Have you ever heard our apartment this quiet before?
Right?
This is the inventor of Tetris.
Your game is brilliant. I'm gonna make you a millionaire.
Mr. Hodges, have you ever negotiated with the Soviets?
We're here for Tetris.
We've seen this только ради денег.
What do you say? I don't speak Russian.
How they remixed it.
The most powerful man in Communist Party is watching you and your family.
Do you know where your husband is?
What the hell is going on?
The world is changing, and Soviet Union will not be left behind.
You want to play with the big boys? This is how the world
gosh.
works.
Look at a heart chase right now.
What, did he get slapped?
We can't protect you.
Sometimes you gotta forget the rules.
Tetris is hardcore.
That's your hope right there, baby.
Heart chasing?
This is criminal. Soviet Union is about to implode. They're lying. Everybody's lying.
The cavalry is coming.
We don't have time.
I have a plan.
What's happening?
Oh, come on. You guys are the kings of cliffhangers.
Not too bad.
All right, team. We have here the story of how one of the world's most popular video games found its way to players around the globe. Businessman Hank Rogers and Tetris inventor Alexei Pavlovov joined forces in the USSR, risking it all to bring Tetris to the masses. All right, JV.
That's intense.
That's according to IMDb there. Question for you, brother.
What's up?
Have you played Tetris before?
I have played Tetris, yes.
And did you think that it was this intense to ever get Tetris to the masses?
I didn't realize there was card chases and
No.
being smacked around a little bit. Being involved with that, but
Being
you know,
behind
what it
literally
is.
the Iron Curtain.
Yeah.
Right? Guys, I think this is a trailer in a movie that like nobody was like, yo, we need to see the making of how Tetris came to be. Right? But we got it. And it looks pretty fire. It looks like a really fun, wild ride.
Yeah.
Because like I just don't know anybody. Black, white, Puerto Rican, Asian, everything else. Just all types of people.
Right.
Male, female, gay, straight, whatever. Like we've all played Tetris, and like that little bit of joy that we get, right, when a line disappears, right? I think Tetris is a game that can bring the world together.
Yeah, I mean, you can spend a lot of time on just that Game Boy, getting so frustrated.
And then like now, you can put Tetris on your phone. You can get it on your Xbox, your PlayStation.
Oh yeah,
like this simple brick game is still played so much to the day, man.
And it just keeps leveling up.
Yeah,
every few years you get, something that's like Tetris Attack or
exactly.
Tetris, in space or whatever. I don't know what you would say.
Mario Tetris.
I think Tetris Asteroid.
He said
Gallagher Asteroids.
I remember growing up and would spend the weekends and summers at my aunt's house, and she would always be posted up on the couch at night.
Yeah.
Playing Tetris on her Game Boy.
Oh yeah.
Right. And so when she was able to, when she went out to like the grocery store or went outside, whatever, like the Game Boy was just sitting there. And us like,
oh wow, she's real.
And us like cousins, we would, as soon as she got up, we would run over there and try to like snag it so we could play.
I still got my, one of the like transparent purple Game Boy colors.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got one of those.
Dude.
I keep around.
She had the OG, triple OG, man.
Big brick, yeah.
The big brick, man. And that was the only game that she had. And that's the only game she cared about.
What else games do you need?
Tetris, man.
That's
just one of the best of all time, man. Guys, we're gonna throw this on our trailers. Let us know your thoughts. We're gonna throw this on our trailers. But what's wrong with me tonight?
Yeah, that's fine.
We're gonna throw this on our socials. Let us know your thoughts on the Taron Egerton led flick titled Tetris.
All right.
Boom.
John, you have tallies approaching.
Boy, Actor of the Year.
We're in war. Dang, Jake.
I still don't remember a thing.
Took one to the
I
head.
don't remember any of it.
I only remember the interpreter.
And you know, I thought this movie was going to be called The Interpreter as soon as I heard
the money.
You would
Don't disappoint. Turn out to be a pain in the ass.
Guy Ritchie's just mixing it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Money isn't the reason he wants this job.
Put his name in the title.
It's Alabama killed his son.
Stop the vehicle, Sergeant.
We don't want to go down this road.
You're out of your bounds, Ahmed. You're here to translate.
Actually, I'm here to interpret.
See?
John, you have tallies approaching.
Oh. Jeez.
For 3 weeks, this family believed you were dead. We owe that man your life.
Yeah. There wasn't enough for him to carry me across those mountains. Now he's hiding in a hole somewhere. I should be in that hole.
You could stand me
Everything all right, John?
No, everything's not all right. There is a hook in me. Ahmed and his family are in trouble.
I can't intervene.
I am gonna have to get him out myself.
That's why.
Listen, you're gonna be alone. You gotta adapt. Use what you got.
That's cool for I'm not going in there
the
with
location if I can get him out of the country. It's too dangerous.
You are on your own, sir.
Goodbye.
You've become very popular with the Taliban.
I miss you. Love you, Daddy. Love you, Daddy.
Run, Forrest!
You think if I could be free of this debt?
No.
I wouldn't be. You think I have a choice?
Escalated quick.
There is
Got
no
that
choice.
kill streak, bro. You see that? The chopper gunner. All right, team. We have Guy Ritchie's The Covenant. Follows U.S. Army Sergeant John Kinley, played by Jake Gyllenhaal. And I keep on saying, man, I like Jake Gyllenhaal now, bro.
Yeah,
he's my
your
dude
man
right now.
He's your man this year, ain't he?
Yeah. And Afghan interpreter Ahmed Dar Salim. JV, what are your thoughts, brother?
So pretty interesting situation. So it looks like he's out with his whole squad and they all get wiped out.
Yeah.
And this interpreter saves him. But however, Jake's character, John Kenley, gets away from all that, the interpreter does not. So I'm kind of curious to see like how they end up getting split. Where do they, how does he get out? And this other, I mean, I don't know if he was a soldier, or if he was just an interpreter. We don't quite know that.
Maybe really sure.
He might just be a citizen that's there to interpret, so he doesn't get extracted or whatever because he's not in the military.
Not in the U.S. military.
Correct. So I'm curious to how that's going to go, but Jake goes back in. Going back in and get him.
Yeah, this reminds me of Behind Enemy Lines.
Yeah.
With Owen Wilson. Such a great war fighting movie with him because he's hilarious the entire time as well and still trying to be action oriented. But
right.
Gyllenhaal's by himself and he has to go out there and basically be that guy.
Mm-hmm.
His boys was just yeah, it's gonna be rough out there, bro, but we'll be over here in the States chilling.
Yeah.
Eating steaks and drinking Budweiser.
Right.
The red stuff. So
the red cans.
The red cans, yeah. But you let us know how it was, man.
Right.
Send us a postcard.
Yeah.
I don't know, guys. This looks fun, man. Jake Gyllenhaal, he is continuing just as he's getting older, getting better at acting, and the fact that he's working within a Guy Ritchie movie. Guy Ritchie just has a look and the feel of all his films. So this is gonna be fun. I don't know if it's something I'll see in the theaters, but I'll definitely give it a watch. If I have a free moment, I definitely might go check it out. But other than that, man, this will definitely be something that I eventually will catch.
Yeah, same.
We'll throw this on our socials. Guy Ritchie's The Covenant, Jake Gyllenhaal, and a nice cast, Alexander Ludwig and Anthony Starr from The Boys, Johnny Lee Miller, who played Sherlock, and a couple other people as well. We're going to talk about Johnny Lee Miller's castmate from Sherlock Holmes Elementary in just a few moments as well. Lucy Liu is coming up, guys. So nice. With those on our socials, let us know your thoughts, guys. All right, brother. So we have The Mandalorian, Chapter 19, The Convert. On Coruscant, former Imperials find amnesty in the New Republic. Whew, this was a long episode.
Yeah, not too much action on this one.
56 minutes. I mean, they were running away from a robot ticketer on the subway, bro. That's a lot of action. They were jumping.
For the length of the episode, it wasn't a lot of action.
There was a lot of dialogue, a lot of I possibly world building. I'm not maybe not world building, but because we've already seen the world, we know what's going to happen after this time within the Mandalorian. Right?
Yeah, I feel like we're building up to some Grogu history.
Yeah.
With this particular doctor, because he was part of I think he was part of the cloning or the gene splicing stuff that was going on in Boba Fett. I think it was the book of Boba Fett, or was it earlier in Mandalorian? He was in one of the previous episodes.
He was, yes.
So I think we're kind of building up to this. Maybe this little bit more history of Grogu's life.
Yeah. I think so, man. I think so. He's been in episodes of the Mandalorian earlier, so is what it was.
That's what it was, okay.
This doc. But yeah, no, this episode was more really kind of took on a couple of different themes, right?
Yeah.
One of those things is the thing that was popular back in the early 2000s was the conversation is like gene splicing and actually replicating people. Cloning is the word I'm trying to find.
Right.
You know, the right and wrong about that, and is it something that we should do as society and start cloning?
Right.
Not just, you know, we cloned a sheep back in 2000 and something, but is it right for us to actually clone like humans or human appendages to help out during surgeries and stuff like that, right? So that's kind of what this conversation was about, and his deep desire to kind of keep that because he's doing something great for the world.
As most crazy doctors seem to think.
Exactly. Doctors,
whether he's wrong or right, it's always about the greater good of the world.
Until he messes up and it gets bigger than him. You know what I mean? You ever seen Little Shop of Horror?
Yeah.
But then we have our man Pedro Pascal. The power hour's over, guys. But we continue with a half an hour.
Yeah, power half hour.
Power 30 minutes. Fast break. I don't know. We're shopping names, guys. But him and I like the beginning of the episode. Actually, it was the most fun because him and Bo-Katan kind of have to fight off some TIE fighters.
Yeah,
so that was really fun to kind of see some dog fights and them around. But then it sucks that her base gets destroyed.
Yes. Yep.
So guys, just some fun stuff. We're still early on within the Mandalorian this season, and we're just building.
Yeah. Mando is officially a Mandalorian again.
Yes,
because he bathed in the waters.
Din Djarin.
And Bo-Katan is also a Mandalorian again.
She's like, I really don't want to be, but like
she just happened to be situational.
I guess.
Yeah, that was interesting the way that worked out for her as well. And you know what? You know, he's Mandalorian again. So, are we going to see Pedro's face again? If we see his face again, he's not Mandalorian.
So, I'll say this, man. If we don't see his face again, I am okay with that. Right? Like,
I'm not okay with that.
I'm
not okay with that.
Leave some sexiness for the rest of us, okay?
We only get half hour, man. We don't have a full hour anymore. We don't have something else we don't have Joel to drop back on right now.
I was okay with not seeing his face and then seeing Joel, you know what I mean? Now I don't have this guy, you know what I mean?
Man.
Gotta figure something out there. But no, man, if not, like, it was just like, yo, if this is your religion, your creed or whatever, I understand, man. Like, I was a big fan of the Dark Horse Judge Dredd comics, right? Mm-hmm. And in the Judge Dredd comics, he never took off his helmet, right?
Right.
You never saw him without his helmet there. You might have saw it like down or whatever, but you never saw his like face or whatever, his pant, or you saw the back of his head or something like that. But in the Sylvester Stallone one, it's Sly Stallone, so it's the 90s. You're going to see my damn face, baby. You know, I'm going to do half this movie without the helmet. Matter of fact, I'm only going to have the helmet on for 7 minutes of the entire movie. Right? But the Carl Urban reboot, he had the helmet on the entire time.
Yeah.
You never saw Carl Urban's face. And I enjoyed that one more because it stayed more true to the comic.
Right.
And in relation to this, we know what he looks like, which was more than what I was expecting.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
He just needs to stop hanging out with Bill Burr. He's good.
Yeah,
you know what I mean,
that's what I said before.
But if we don't see it, it's totally cool, and we'll just go from there, man. And we'll just have to wait for season 2 of The Last of Us. So to see that beautiful mug again.
Long ways away. We'll get through it.
We'll figure it out.
He'll pop up in 17 more series before that one, so we're all right.
Exactly, man.
I'm cool with that.
Just having an orphanage everywhere, bro. This orphanage is what he does, man. Love Pedro. All right, guys. Mandalorian Season 3, Episode 3, The Convert. Let us know your thoughts with us on our socials, guys.
We were about to talk about Last of Us Part 2, the game you're playing.
Yeah.
And you mentioned there was some mature content on there.
Yes, there is.
Some apparently topless lady.
There is a topless scene.
Is it got to be weird when you're creating these games and you do something like that? Like somebody has to draw this image and create this image and put it in the game. Is it a necessity to have that image in the game? Is my question. Like there's so many ways you go about not having to do that in the game.
Yeah. I was like, I knew it because it said like nudity, it says nudity like on the game box.
Oh yeah, I mean,
right?
they gotta let you know.
So like, I was just like, but like, I forgot about.
Make you more curious.
I was just
you read the front of it, you're like.
No, I honestly like I'm hours into the game, right? I'm actually in the second part of the game, and I totally forgot about it. And when it happened, I'm like, oh yeah, that's a thing. But you know what? Like I'll say this, man. For both games are so cinematic.
Yeah.
In regards to, yes, we're going through this video game, but throughout the video game, there is such a deep story that it just makes sense.
Just goes along.
How it ended up happening.
Yeah.
The scene itself just makes perfect sense. But like even still, you're just like watching it, and then I'm like, oh wait, yeah, I forgot that was gonna be in this game somewhere.
Yeah.
Because like a few, and I'm not spoiling anything, but a few scenes before, you see like a man.
Yeah.
The man is being tortured.
Mm-hmm.
The man is being tortured naked.
Okay.
But you see.
Right.
And you're like, oh, okay, well, that's what they meant. That's why they had to put the thing in there. So like, it happened. And I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot. But also like, I saw it like 30 minutes before that as well.
Yeah. And this game I've been playing, Sons of the Forest.
Yeah.
You have a companion, she's like a zombie. She's got 3 legs and 3 arms.
She hot?
I mean, they try to make her out to be a little sexier than she needs to be for a zombie.
Okay.
So like when it like rains in the game and her shirt gets wet.
Oh wow! Really?
You like see through her shirt.
Oh,
and it's just really weird. You like walk up on her, she'll be like dancing on a tree or something.
They made her try to be very sexual on purpose.
Yes, and that's weird.
Yeah,
to me.
That's weird. Yes,
yeah, it seems just unnecessary.
It does. Okay, does it have any bearing on the game?
Not zero bearing. Zero bearing on the game.
And so there's a big difference there as far as like that and having no bearing and like where this ends up in The Last of Us Part 2.
Right, different story telling.
Yes.
But that's
just it sounds like your game is just trying to throw a little PG-13 smut into the game, I mean, which is fine, whatever. If that's what you're into.
They let you like that. Once you get into the game, you can give her like real clothing, but until that point, she just got like on like a swimsuit.
Oh,
and just around
put a parka on her real quick. There you go.
So that was my tie into your comment.
Put this turtleneck on right now.
Yeah,
woman.
Keep it turtleneck. Oh yeah, seems kind of weird for the game I'm playing, but is what it is.
Guys, you don't know what you're going to hear on MIAP, guys. Just fun times all the way around.
Oh, yeah.
All right, brother. You ready to jump into this week's movie?
Yes, sir.
Kind of excited for this one, man. This is going to be a fun conversation.
There's a lot going on.
We got Shazam, Fury of the Gods. this movie, brand new flick from Warner Brothers and DC. This movie is directed by David F. Sandberg. He makes his return. The sequel is written by Henry Gayden and Chris Morgan from the Fast and Furious franchise.
Nice. We have a $125 million budget. So far, gross is $65.5 million.
Come on.
Open the weekend.
Ain't bad.
Starring this one, we have Zachary Levi and Asher Angel as Billy Batson. And I got to say, 2 people for almost every character of this thing.
Yes, you do.
That's fun. Jack Grazer and Adam Brody as Frederick Freeman. Rachel Ziegler as Anthea or Anne. Grace Curry as Mary Broomfield. Ross Butler and Ian Chin as Eugene. DJ Catrona and Joven Armand as Pedro Pena. Megan Good and Faith Herman as Darla. Lucy Liu as Calypso. Diamond
Hansu
as Shazam, or the Wizard from the Council.
Mm-hmm.
And Helen Mirren as Hespera. And then we also had Marta Mellons and and Cooper Andrew as Rosa and Victor Vasquez, the foster parents of this family.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right, brother, go ahead and give us that quick synopsis, and we'll jump into this one.
The Wizards champion Shazam has to protect the world from a very angry trio of gods, some sisters. They come to Earth to claim the power of Shazam and to regrow their world on Earth.
Yes, sir. All right, let's start at the top here, man.
Right.
We got to kind of talk about them interchangeably.
Okay.
And that's almost like each Shazamily member.
They're all
Shazamily member.
That's fine.
Yeah, it says it in there. Shazamily foster siblings. Anyway,
Gotcha.
But let's start out with Billy Batson, Shazam, man. Zachary Levi and Asher Angel, right? After being the world's champion and defeating Savannah, and he split the powers up between all of his foster siblings there. He's kind of like in a world where he doesn't know how he belongs or where he belongs or why he belongs, right? And also he's the only one a part of the Shazam family who's trying to keep everybody together and focused. And then we got to do everything. We got to save the world together because that's when we're the strongest.
Right.
And he's basically just trying to be the glue and kind of hold everything together. But some of the kids are about this video game life. One's about candy. The other one's just like doing like community college stuff, right? That Freddie's trying to like holler at girls.
Yeah, he's just getting through high school.
And Billy is just like, guys, we gotta do this together.
Yeah.
We gotta stick together. And like that's really scaring him. But also on the other side, Billy's about to turn 18, is gonna age out of the foster program or whatever, so it's kind of got to figure it out himself. I really enjoy the return, not of just Zachary Levi, who is just like ridiculously like humongous, but like funny and childlike, and he plays a 17-year-old boy very, very well. But like Asher Angel, I wish we would have saw a little bit more of him, but what we saw was great, man. He's a great young actor. He definitely still like brought it as Billy, and I really enjoyed that, man.
Zachary Levi just he has an interesting role, right? He's got to play a superhero who is 17 years old.
Yes, he's to play an adult. Yes.
And he's trying to take on all this responsibility, but is, like you said, trying to find himself. I mean, Billy Batson's trying to find himself, but also Shazam is trying to find his place. Two different roles.
Yeah.
Or two different lives, I guess you could say. And they both grow up a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Movie. They have to grow up really fast in this one.
And then we have Jack Dylan Grazer and Adam Brody as Freddie Freeman here. Jack comes back, and he's just, I love this kid, man.
Yeah.
He's just funny. He's awesome. He plays this disabled foster brother of Billy, physically disabled, excuse me, but he's sharp as a whip, man. And funny, and will stick up for the little person, even this super hot hottie that's in his high school now.
Yeah.
And will definitely get beat up just to, protect a girl or make a girl laugh or whatever, man. And I like the hero gene in him without having to even use his powers.
Yeah, and he's like, seems a little bit on a tougher path than everybody else. Like, we see everybody else with their, like, hobbies and stuff like that, and he is just, like, 100% into the superhero side.
Yeah, and you got to think about it, right? Like, we don't really have a backstory as far as, like, how long he has been physically disabled, right? But I could, he feels very powerful as Adam Brody, a sexy-ass dude. You know what I mean?
Agree.
Especially with that hair in this movie. Come on.
Right, yeah.
But I like it where he was the, him as, when he changes into his Shazam character, Adam Brody, he's used the least in this movie. We get more Jack than we do Adam.
Yeah.
And that's important because as great as Adam Brody is in this film, right? That performance from Grazer, just as Freddy, just makes the movie fantastic.
Yeah, because he continues to be a superhero without transforming.
Very.
That's what's pretty awesome. Yeah.
Right. No Optimus Prime here, guys.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We got Rachel Zegler as Anthena, or Anne, the youngest daughter of Atlas. And the way that we're introduced to her, man, just a little screenwriting tip for everybody, right? The new girl is in on something, okay?
100%.
The new girl at the school.
Some way or another.
Some way she's involved, right?
Yep.
And you're going to find out, and you're either going to be really excited or really sad.
Right.
Right? You're going to hit some feelings.
Yeah.
You're going to hit that feeling wall. I don't think it's going to be up. It could be down.
Yep. Agreed.
For this, at first, it was down when he found out that she's one of God.
Yeah.
And two, like, she's the reason why Freddy doesn't have his powers no more, right? Like, unintentionally, but
she was what, like 6,000 years old or something like? Was it that much?
She was super old. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Couple thousand. You know what I mean?
Yeah. When Shazam figures out like her name, he's like, she says something about Anthea. He's like, Anthea. And it just triggers that she's obviously in on all this.
Yeah.
So good.
But definitely, it looks like she had a good time in this role, and loved her powers, man. Her powers reminded me of that opening scene of Doctor Strange, right?
Yeah, the mirror dimensions.
The mirror dimensions, but also it kind of gave me the vibe of Inception as well. When they're walking through and he's kind of explaining the world to her, Ariande. So like, I thought that was really cool as well, man. That was great visuals here. All right, we have Grace Caroline Curry as Mary Brumfield, Billy's mature and academically driven older sister. She's great as Mary. She's great as like Shazam's, her version of Shazam as well. The first one, Michelle Borth played her Shazam character, right?
Right.
Like her like superpowered character or whatever. But this time they were just like, we have such a great actor.
Yeah.
Why don't we just have her play both?
Right.
But the only problem I have with that is like, yes, she's the oldest, I guess that's how you can get away with why she does not physically change like everybody else, because everybody else is a kid.
Yeah, but it does kind of fool with the reason with their identities, right?
Yeah,
because they're completely different people.
Exactly,
and she is the same person.
Right. Exactly. You can't.
Yeah, she doesn't know curly Q.
No curly Q. There's no domino mask. No nothing, right?
Yeah, there's nothing.
I mean, you see, we're gonna get to like Eugene in a second, right? You get to
hair's
Eugene,
the same, everything.
right? That's two different people, right?
Yeah,
you can't have little Eugene. You got this humongous Ross Butler,
yeah.
right? Like, there's no way. But you see, like Mary, and it's like, oh, Mary, it's you, but in a Shazam costume with a cape. Cool.
It's like this is not. I am not Mary.
Is it not? Is it Halloween? Did I?
Yeah.
Are you doing?
Yeah. Yeah, I got you.
But great performance. Really enjoyed her as well. I just think that was very weird. But we knew as soon as the second one was greenlit that they were gonna do it. That was like one of the first things. Guys, we're doing Shazam 2, and Grace is gonna play both characters.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that was like, okay.
Right.
I don't know who asked for that, but sure.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of Eugene, we got Ross Butler and Ian Shin as Eugene Cho here. I like this kid. He's a science kid. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And just like Ian Shin is like the kid I wanted to be when I was that little, right? I wanted to be a bookworm and still be great at video games and be very, very smart and inquisitive and go like research stuff, but still be able to turn around and like smack you down at some Call of Duty and stuff there. It wasn't Call of Duty when I was a kid.
GoldenEye.
GoldenEye, yes. But I was not. I was just good at GoldenEye. I really wasn't good at GoldenEye either.
Yes. I don't know if anybody was
until
really
we started doing
good at
slappers
GoldenEye.
only. No, that was fun. Yes. Was slappers or karate chops? I don't know.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Mm-hmm.
It's on Xbox Live right now for free.
Yeah,
Xbox Game Pass.
They did a remaster, right? They do a remaster?
It's not a remaster, bro.
Oh, really?
Straight up, no chaser.
Oh, wow.
And
all polygons, huh?
Oh, God. It makes
polygons
me
for
sick.
days.
It makes me sick, bro. Like, it reminds, like, that game made me sick as a child. Doom made me sick as a child. Duke Nukem made me sick as a child. I can't play those, man. Knights of the Republic made me sick as a child because the rendering and the moving, my eyes tried to keep up with it.
Like a kaleidoscope. Like you're in a car, like trying to drive a car looking through a kaleidoscope.
That's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
It was disgusting and headaches and we're not going to go down that, guys. But I do really love this character, man. And Ross Butler is just a humongous man.
Yeah, and I like how he's like, I believe it was Eugene that is mapping the doors. And he's just got signs all over the doors like "Do not enter." Yeah. There was one that said "Danger Spider Dog."
Yeah.
Yeah, he was good. Good comedy.
That's like good character developing and character building with like little effort, just a couple of lines.
Yeah,
right? We didn't need to know exactly what he was doing or how much he was doing. He gets thrown out of a portal, right? Yeah. And you see all these things, and then he comes back and says, "Don't go through this door because of whatever it says on there," right? That's good character development, man. I enjoyed that. Moving forward here, we got DJ Catrona and Jovan Armand as Pedro Pena, man. I like this kid. He loves his foster mom. Is very shy, just sits there, watch baseball, watch sports and everything. We come to find out later on in the movie, and I once again, I love representation across the board, right? He's like, he gets his powers taken away from the daughters of Atlas, and so it's like, they're trying to run from the dragon, so we have like the whole Shazam family and
where they're in the house,
and Pedro's the only one who's just like in kid form, right? And they go get mom and dad, and they're trying to like, "Mom and Dad, let's go, let's get out of here." And for some reason, he has to tell everybody right there, like, "I'm gay," right? Like, just has to do it. Like, it was a weird scene, but the whole family turns around and mom and dad look at him. We're like, dude, we know.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Everybody's like, we know already.
We got you, bro. We know how you've been looking at those him magazines.
Yeah.
We're good, dude. You know what I mean? But, you know, that was really, he was a great character. And I like that he actually spent a lot of time as well, just as Jovan and not more DJ Catrona, who's also another huge, good-looking guy.
They gave all the kids a lot of screen time.
And I was not expecting that as much in this one, right? And, you know, and, like, they gave all the other kids a lot of screen time, except for Billy.
Oh, yeah, he didn't get.
It was Zachary Levi, man. He, like, top build, you know what I mean? And then we got Megan Good as and Faith Herman as Darla Dudley. Billy's good-natured younger foster sister. Good portrays Darla's adult superhero, while Herman portrays the regular form there. And she's the baby of the team.
Yep.
And it's just like a little daughter, sister would-be. Loves animals, loves candy.
Yeah.
Right? Just really inquisitive about everything.
Right. But still really smart.
Very smart.
Very, very, very smart.
And like Megan portrays her as very like inquisitive and smart. Like I just love like her portrayal because it was just like that's a kid.
Yeah.
As everybody else did as well, because they were more like teenagers and stuff like that. So they tried to act more adult, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Teenagers are like middle schoolers, like, you know that Megan Goods is like Faith is still like in elementary school.
Yeah.
And like she played an elementary school kid. Right? Yeah. Cute, innocent, just wants to have fun and okay, we gotta go do this mission, but like there's kittens.
Yeah.
I gotta go save these kittens.
Yeah. She like kidnaps a kitten.
Exactly. Right.
Take the kitten back.
Yeah, so I really loved her character there. We have the two other daughters of Atlas as well. Lucy Lewis Calypso and the daughter of Atlas, but she's like chaos. And then we got Helen Mirren as Hespera, who's the oldest daughter of Atlas, and she just kind of is supposed to be like the leader of the three and kind of. But I like that. Like I was thinking like Helen Mirren's character was going to literally be like the big bad villain.
Yeah.
Ended up, but like I like that it kind of turned around, and not knowing anything about these three characters, Anthea, Calypso, and Hespera, I like that it was Lucy Liu. She was the badass on the back of the dragon.
Yeah.
And really was our big bad baddie that wouldn't back down, man. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, I mean, like Hespera and Anthea were really not villains. They were just trying to get back to their world and save their world.
Return their birthright.
Exactly. They were trying to get something that was stolen from them, is basically what they say. And then Lucy Liu's like, nah, we're just going to take everything.
Yo, she is literally Andrew Garfield from The Social Network, right? Yeah. She's like, you better lawyer up, assholes, because I'm not just coming back for 1%. I'm coming back for everything.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep, that was her.
Literally her. Because Anne was like, chill, bro. Like, let's do this in our world and we're good.
Yeah,
and she's
yeah.
like, doing this right here, right now, in this Phillies ball field right here, man. We'll talk about a little bit of reactions as far as them three later. I want to talk about them a little bit more, but we have Damon Honchu as Shazam, man. We thought this dude died in the first one, right? He did. He like withered away, turned to ash or something like that.
Yeah.
Or whatever happened.
Yeah, I think what he explains is he couldn't live there anymore or something like that. He couldn't live
in the realm world where all the doors are.
I don't know. I mean, he came back. I don't understand it because he ended up back on Earth.
Yeah. Okay. So
I kind of got lost in his reasoning for why he turned to ash.
So knowing a little bit about like the Shazam kind of comics and everything, after the Wizard gave Billy his powers, you saw the Wizard again in the comics.
Okay.
And it's like, you got such a great character in Damon Hansu. Just like, I guess, with Mary, right? Like, we're going to use them again. Right? They were fan favorites. They were great. We're going to use them again, and we're going to use them more. So I like that he was literally a part of the Shazam family as far as trying to help figure out and, like, save the city and everything, man. He just wasn't kind of a background character as well. So that was really cool.
Agreed.
And then we got, like you said, just want to mention real quick, we got Marta Milans and Cooper Andrews as Rosa and Victor Vasquez, who is the foster parents of Billy and the siblings there. I will say this, man, that's a tough job, right? It's a tough job already being like mom and dad to one or two kids, but a whole host of kids that you did not birth, right? You did not create. It's a tough job, man. And even though they're getting like kickbacks from the state or whatever, like they talk about in the movie, you know, you can tell that Rosa and Victor, they love these kids.
Oh,
man,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, great
and
parents.
We'll do anything for them, man. That's really awesome there. So if you don't have kids of your own, I'm talking to myself, go foster. I don't have any kids, guys.
Yeah, I like how, like, they're very involved in this one. The first one, they were around.
Yeah.
And, you know, they were the parent trying to navigate the kids around and all that stuff. And then this one, they're driving the battle bus, right? The battle bus. and they're sitting there, they're watching the news, and he's like, where are the kids? And he's counting the people on there, the Shazams. And he's starting to like kind of put it together.
I totally forgot about the battle bus.
So good.
That was such a great line. Get to the battle bus.
So Cooper Andrew plays a character on The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
His name's Jerry.
Okay.
And he plays like he's like a guardian of the king of one of the places.
Gotcha.
And he's hilarious on there. Hilarious. So it's good to see him hitting these big movies.
Love it, man. Love it. Yeah, he's both Rosa and Victor are great, man.
Yeah.
Great parents there. I like that this entire movie, man, was just like confined to the city, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think they're in like Greece or whatever in the beginning. That's where we meet the sisters, two of the sisters at least, but most of the movie takes place in like Philadelphia. I really like, what was it, Creed 3, right, where most of it took place, 90% of it took place right there in like LA. I like it when these big budget movies, right, are like, guys, we have such this big budget, man, we can do so much.
Yeah.
And like, no, we're going to stick to Philly. Matter of fact, you know what we're going to do, guys? We're not even going to stick to like the outskirts of Philly. Yeah. We're going to drop a dome, right?
We're going to exactly mark out this circle of streets here.
This is it. Where you guys can go here to here. Yeah. That's it. You know what I mean? But that makes it more of a, this is a phrase that I'm going to try to coin for these type of movies. This is more of like an Ant-Man and the Wasp type story. As far as like, I know what the Daughters of Atlas wanted to do on such a big scale.
Yeah.
But, you know, the fact that I was just confined to this one city, to this one thing.
Yeah.
Makes it not like save the world. You know
gotcha.
What I mean?
Yeah. I got you.
I like movies like this. We've had too many, especially comic book movies, especially like action movies where it's just like, if I don't do this, the whole world, this is the whole world. Like, yo, slow down, 007.
Well, I think you're kind of in the middle here, though, with that, because they're trying to take over the world.
Yes.
But they got to start somewhere, right?
Yes.
So the big picture is they want to transform the world into their world.
No Optimus Prime.
But
I just want to throw them off, guys.
I forget what the pillars that they use in the one movie. Forget what they're called. Anyways, they're trying to
transformium.
They're trying to take over the world, but they're starting in this one protected area.
Yeah.
So they never get to leave that protected area.
True.
But the big game is they want to take over the world. So it's kind of in the middle, right? The film's still like, let's stick to this one spot. We're not going to let them grow from that spot.
Yep.
Which led to scene after scene after scene after scene and moving real quick through the movie.
I wonder if they just would have took a tunnel or something. What would happen?
Oh, just go under the dome? I mean,
is that a thing?
I don't.
Right?
I mean,
I could have done that in Biodome too, right?
Yeah.
But so that's a 90s throwback for you, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know.
But no, I did like it, man. It was Philly and it was fun.
Mm-hmm.
I keep on saying the word fun, man, because like no matter what we saw, no matter what was on the screen, like I was having a good time.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, that's kind of the mood that the whole story does, man. So like if they're in the Shazam, I'll call it like the Shazam library or something. I don't know. Where all the doors are and the magical pin or whatever it was.
The Batcave, man.
The Batcave.
The layer.
Yeah.
Layer.
The layer. Right?
That's what the sign said, layer.
The layer, right? Or they're at home playing video games, or Freddy's at school, man. Like every place, this is a fun, man. I almost compare it to Marvel's Ant-Man as far as like that just brightness, that fun, that yes, big stakes like you were saying, but like not like scary or like I never one time thought like, oh God, like they're gonna actually do something. Like you know by the end of the movie like they're gonna figure something out, right?
Yeah. Very lighthearted through most of it.
Right. And that lightheartedness, right, that comedy also has you like, man, this movie's just too much fun for like anything bad to really happen.
And I think that stems from where, even though we're dealing with the actors that we're dealing with as Shazams, they're still younger kid personalities.
Exactly.
So their thinking is like, it's not a dire end of the world apocalypse situation. It's another mission we got to get done, and we got to work this out.
Exactly. Yeah, man, and just like the last one, you're dealing with young kids, man. You're dealing with kids that were born in like past the 2000s, and so the music is gonna be popping for one. Okay,
oh, yeah.
Christoph Beck brings a great theme to this, but also, wait, this guy we just talked about, Chris Beck. He just did something else as well.
Oh.
Quantumania. That's why.
Gotcha.
That's why I got that feeling, man. Okay. Yeah, so he brings a really good vibe here, and even the songs that they bring in that are on the soundtrack, just fun, man.
Yeah.
I really, really enjoyed this. Just kept you like in a good mood the entire time.
Yeah.
Even when like Freddy's down on his luck.
Yep.
Right? Even when everybody starts losing their the kids start losing their powers and have to kind of go at it as vulnerable kids, right? You're just still just like, oh man, this is just a fun ride. Like I'm just having a blast. Yeah, that's that.
Cool.
Let's talk about a theme real quick, brother.
What you got for us?
It's more Billy Batson and his alter ego, obviously Shazam, kind of doing what they what's next for him, right? As far as, is he going to, there's already these great superheroes that are in place. Like, what's his deal? His family's kind of doing their own thing. He's about to physically age out of the group. Like, what's next for him, right? Like, where is his place, right?
Yeah.
And we have this mission, and that kind of brings him together where him and the rest of the team has to own up to their foster parents, right? and that little connection with mom, which was really important.
Yeah.
Because he called her like Rosa at first.
Yeah,
and then he calls her mom later. So that's appreciative, right? And then him as a superhero himself, he saves the city. But what's next for him, right? And that's one of the mid-credit scenes that we get where one of the funnier ones, right? I do want to talk about that. We end up in a Iron Man 2 like not Iron Man 2 post credits, so Iron Man 2 at the end where him and Iron Man and Nick Fury talking about great Avengers Initiative or whatever, right? That's this scene, right? This mid-credit scene, but like in a 10 times better way.
Yeah.
As funny as Iron Man and Nick Fury was, Tony and Nick was in that scene, right? Shazam with the team from Peacemaker.
Yeah, that was Amelia Harcourt and John Economos.
Yes, right.
Are the two characters. So Steve Agee and Jennifer Holland.
Was just so much better, right? Because Billy Batson's 17, so he's gonna be like, he's gonna be kind of a douche. He's gonna be kind of trying to be like Rico Suave.
What's he doing? Just like shooting cans off of something.
Oh, God, Zachary Levi's great, man. But yeah, like what happens next, right? Like what's next for me, right?
Yeah.
I save the city, have my family. Okay. All right. I'm part of the Justice League. No, bro, you're part of the Justice Society.
He's like, y'all couldn't have thought of a different name? Like, look us up as the Thesaurus of Justice. I'm not going to say anything else.
The Avengers.
Yeah. Avengers Society or something like that.
All right, team. So that's our conversation about 2023's Shazam, Fury of the Gods. JV, talk to me, man. Give me your thoughts and ratings.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this movie a little bit more than I thought I was going to.
Yeah.
To be honest, I was a little speculative just because of the way DC's been.
Yeah.
Like, you expect something spectacular, and some of them have been letting us down. But this one's going to get a 4 out of 5 buckets of popcorn for me this week.
Nice.
This cast of kids and young adults really stole the show from the Shazams in this movie.
I agree.
And I enjoyed their on-screen personas. I mean, they all were just so good, like interacting with each other and the adults and things like that. Just goes to show, like, even though they were superheroes, they really didn't care about their powers as much as just getting the mission done, right? Like, let's save the world whether we're powerful or not.
Yeah.
And hilarious. They're all so fun all the time. What about you, man?
This one for me, man, I like a real good feel good movie.
Yeah.
And this is that.
Yeah.
I love when you bring in great kid actors.
Right.
And they're able to deliver their lines on point, on timing, like the comedic timing of everybody's awesome. Led by, Zachary Levi's humongous performance, right?
Yeah.
But then you have the greats like Lucy Liu and Helen Mirren in here as well, man, who just, when have they not brought it?
Yeah.
I've never seen a movie where they did not bring it. Just great, man. This gets $5 of popcorn from me, right? Which is difficult.
Let's go.
But like I was legit laughing, crying in my seat, man.
It was one of the as far as that and the comedy, it was one of the best ones we've seen. Just as far as DC,
yeah,
especially DC,
DC, man.
Yeah.
Like, and I will say this, right? Out of since Man of Steel, the Henry Cavill still should be Superman, but we're not talking about that anymore. These two movies, Shazam and Shazam Fury of the Gods, has been the standouts.
Yeah.
In the movies, as far as like, I can watch these over and over again and still have a good time.
Yeah.
and laugh. I laughed at the first one. This one's gut busting laughing. I am a fan of just great comedic timing and like great dialogue back and forth and being punchy and witty and stuff like that. And then you have like Megan Good's character and like her child counterpart who's like the twist and all that.
Yeah.
Right? I just really love it, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, 5 buckets of popcorn. Brother.
Awesome, man. Awesome.
All right, team. Thank you for subscribing to this week's episode, talking through Shazam: Fury of the Gods. Next week, we will be discussing John Wick, Chapter 4.
That'll be playing in a theater near you.
Like always, I am Clyde Smith. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram as I am Clyde D. Smith.
I'm Javier Villalobos. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at MrJ8200.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.